Sublime Text is my preferred HTML editor. It may be downloaded and evaluated for free, and there is no enforced time limit for the evaluation. Let's open a new document with Sublime Text. Because the file has not been saved with an HTML extension yet, Sublime Text doesn't know what type of file it is. To be able to use all the features that Sublime Text offers, we need to first save it as an HTML file. Go to File, Save As, name it sublime.html, and save it to the desktop. Let's start with putting in all the HTML basic structure. Just type in HTML and press Tab. Magically, all the base HTML tags for the web page appear. We haven't talked about doc type yet. We'll do that later, but you can see all the other tags that would normally need to be typed in. Let's give the page a title of Sublime Features. To maintain a consistency in indentation, let's indent everything between the HTML and close HTML tags. I could go one line at a time, pressing Tab in front of each line to indent it. However, Sublime Text also allows you to indent large blocks at once. Just highlight the portion you want to indent and press Tab, and the entire block of code is moved to the right. I can press Tab as many times as I'd like. I can also move the code back to the left by pressing Shift Tab. This feature makes it easy to keep your code indented well. Sublime Text also provides autocomplete functionality. Let's say I was going to add a paragraph to the web page using the P tag. I start with an angle bracket and press P. And now a few options appear that Sublime Text is suggesting that I might want to use. And the top one is the P tag. Instead of finishing with the close angle bracket and then having to type out the close P tag, I simply press Tab to choose the highlighted option and all the expected code is automatically added. Make sure this line is properly indented. Add "This is my first paragraph" between the P and close P tags. Save the file and see how the page looks. Let's add an image to see another example of autocomplete. I have an image on the desktop named jake.png, and I want it to appear on the page. For now, the HTML file and image file needs to be in the same location. In this case, they are both on the desktop. Use the img tag to create an image. Because of autocomplete, as soon as I press the left angle bracket and then press I, a list of several options that begin with I appear. I don't want the I for italic tag, so I'm going to keep typing. After I press M, the list of options becomes shorter. I can see that the top tag is now what I want, the img tag. So now when I press Tab, it actually finishes the code for the img tag. Notice this time no close tag was added. This is because img is among the few HTML elements that have no close tag. But it does need a source. Thanks to the autocomplete, jake.png is all that is left to type in. Save the file, refresh the page, and there is the image on the page with the paragraph. You may have noticed that Sublime Text also provides syntax highlighting. That is, different parts of the code are different colors. In this case, the HTML elements are pink, the attributes of an element are green, the values of the attributes are yellow, and the remaining text is white. If I make an error when coding, the color will help me figure that out. For instance, let's say I was typing this code in and I forgot to put an angle bracket after the body. You see how it changed colors of things on the page. P is a tag, but it is green. So we know there's something wrong. So the syntax highlighting really helps us detect when we have an error. Another example is if a quote is missing. So now everything after the first quote is yellow. When it is put back in, everything looks good again. There are many other features of Sublime Text, and some of the other HTML editors have nice features as well. But this is the HTML editor that I prefer. And that, my friends, is all I have to say about the features of Sublime Text.